How to choose the best CBD products. When it comes to medical cannabis products, choosing the right brand is only the last step. Founder and editor-in-chief, CBD Testers, from Israel, Ofer Shoshani.
It's a great pleasure to be here today. I really hope to come to the event itself, but unfortunately due to COVID, I wasn't able to come. So we'll do it online, which is not that bad. Some words about my presentation. Unlike the other scientists who've been here before and talked about a lot of fact, I come from the field, which being not the field of planting and stuff like this, the field of choosing products and selling them. CBD Testers, the platform which I run, founded, and I'm the editor-in-chief of it, started like 4 years ago actually, and our aim was always to find the best medical cannabis. We reviewed and checked hundreds of products, and the way we do it by actually promoting it to audience, to real people, taking reviews, understand what's good for them, what's not good for them. And we also have a news portal, so we have some kind of understanding what kind of products people really like and what kind of products that are really nice to have in the shop, but nobody will buy them. Okay, the title is How to Choose the Best CBD Products. As I wrote, when it comes to medical cannabis products, choosing the right brand is only the last step. What I'm trying to talk now is especially to shop owners and distributors who want to reach out and find some shops, some products to themselves, and asking themselves, what are the products which will be the most successful to the clients? My details below, you can see them, and feel free to contact me whenever you have a question in the future. Okay, so we will be focused on cannabidiol, CBD. However, we need to keep in mind that CBD is just a small part of the cannabis, and like other people told you before, you can never look on one part of it. Okay, some words about CBD. It's written there, so I won't read it. You can always read it to yourself, but you need to keep in mind that the fact the world is now obsessed about CBD is just because it's non-psychoactive, which means CBD by no means it's better than THC as a medical plant, as a medical compound. It's not, but the fact is not psychoactive. A lot of regulators find it easier to deal with, so all the world is now focusing on the non-psychoactive component. There are so many medical benefits to CBD. However, we haven't really researched that yet, which I say it's like the world. So in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll be able to finally know what's real and what's fake. And it's going to be a really exciting time. Let's move to details. When we are starting to pick a product, when we want to promote a product, when we want to sell products, the first thing we ask before, is it effective? Is it safe? Now, for many years, cannabis was considered to be unsafe, so people avoided from promoting it. Lucky for us, we are in a time when we know cannabis, it's a very safe product compared to a lot of other stuff. It has its problems. CBD by itself, it's one of the safest elements in cannabis, which means safe inside a safe. And so far, for the normal user, the one who is consuming CBD on a normal rate, we don't know any serious side effect. If you take CBD to the limit, you consume a ridiculous amount, like 4,000 mg a day and stuff like this, it might do real bad things to your liver and stuff like that. But no one is expected to do this, and it's really hard to find products with that amount. So if you're a shop owner and you look for a product, the first thing you need to know is if your product comes from a reliable place, most likely it is safe to use. This is very important. However, the one thing you need to keep in mind is that Any medicine interacts with other medicines. So whenever you're promoting your product to someone, you always need to ask them if they're using any other medicine, because there are always interaction between the medicines. So this is something you need to keep in mind. A lot of people, when they use CBD, it's something relax them. Sometimes it relaxes them too much. Most of the people don't feel it. They just feel what it does to them. But the most important thing is the last one. Most of the products you are gonna buy today are not real product, unfortunately. If it's written 100 on the box, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's fake products, sometimes they're old products. So actually, as the market, most of the market, it's unregulated market still. I know in Thailand it's going to be a little bit different, but as the market, especially in the US, is unregulated market, we see a lot of companies and a lot of platforms selling CBD products which are not real. The most famous example is a small platform named Amazon, which for years sold a CBD product, which were made out of hemp seeds, and hemp seeds doesn't have CBD. Now, you can't blame the platform, but the fact is that in some places, you can get today a lot of CBD products that has little or no CBD at all. And even worse, some products are not regulated and are not safe just because they have pesticides and stuff inside. This is something very important. Okay, now, the other question you need to ask when you talk about CBD products is it effective? Like I say, the first question is it safe? Then is it effective? Now, is it effective by itself, or it must combine with other products? Now, the general rule is any cannabis product is more effective as it combines part of a formula, part of other products. Meshulam talked lengthily about the entourage effect, which we know that one compound is interfering with another one, and they create the family effect, the entourage effect. So when we are now starting to sell CBD products, which are 100% CBD isolate, we always need to ask ourselves, are these products really effective? And the answer is they are, but by all means, they are less effective than products which are whole plant, products which are a full spectrum, products which are extract. So you always need to remember it when you're coming and to buy products for your shop, that you need to choose between products made of isolate and products made of extract. Generally speaking, products made of distillate. Regarding word about dosing, you will never be able to, as a shop owner, as a distributor, as someone who is selling this product, do yourself a favor and don't give dosing. However, if you do find yourself in a situation when you need to give dosing, remember, it's always start low and grow slow, which means always start with the lowest possible amount and grow it until you feel the effect. First, it's better for the body, unless your doctor subscribes something differently. And second, well, it's cheaper this way. Otherwise, you just consume product which is going to the toilet. What's the whole point of it? Okay. Now we are to the main question. We are now decided that we want to open a shop. We are a big distributors. We look for products. How do we choose the best CBD products? I have divided the answer to three. First, know your clients. Second, talking about choosing a company and the partner, and only there, choosing the products. The first is know your clients. Every country is different. Every country, they have different demand. Some countries have a tendency to have more of this element. Some country has a tendency to have another. Some countries have more demand to some kind of preferred delivery system, maybe some company like it's smoking, maybe they like it soft gels, maybe they want to be sublingual, maybe they want topicals. It's really a cultural thing. Unless the doctor will take responsibility, and I hope they will, and they will start to make a subscription, which means they will tell the patient, like in a way it's happened in Israel, but in a very lame way, do this and do that, people will have to choose for themselves. So you as a distributor, you as a shop owner, will find yourself a lot of people coming to you and ask, what should I have? So you'll find yourself in a very strange situation. So I always tell you, go back to your own culture. Go back to what's happening now locally and start with the products your culture is finding most attractive. If your culture like to use topicals, start with topicals. If you come like in the UK from a culture where people are like to vape a lot, start with this. Start with something that will be familiar with your patient. And then by all means, have all the rest of the products also, but always start with products which your patients, your clients will be more associated to. Now, when we come to choosing the best CBD products, the second question is about the companies and the partner. This is actually very important. The first thing you need to know is that most of the partners that coming to you with their products really don't know nothing about business. Most of them, either they come from a company which is active for 1 year, 2 years, maybe they come from a country that come from the US, maybe you did some international business, but a lot of them will come with some product they never tested, they never tried at people before, and they don't really have experience in overseas partnership. So if you want to import something to your country, first look for an experienced partner because a lot of CBD companies are very new and all the experience they have is something with the US, a little bit Europe, and that's it. And they will probably won't be the best partner for you. So look for someone which you can trust, someone who will be able to solve your problem. Then look at the products. Generally speaking, we have good products and we have really bad products. Really bad products are products who haven't been proved to be good yet, which means
the medical cannabis industry.
Good,
visit CISWsummit.com and register today for free.
They come from raw material that are not that stable. They haven't been tested. They haven't been tried. We don't know nothing about them. Do you want to use those products? They're probably a good product, but now that you can choose great products, stick with great products. If you have problems searching with products, always contact people who do research. Even contact us. We'll be able to help you. 1 minute. Okay. Strong brand. This is the first thing people are looking for. They're looking for a strong brand. They're starting with a brand. And I always tell them, listen, the brand is the last thing you need to choose. If it's not an experienced partner, if they don't have good products, a strong brand won't help you. What do you care if it's a strong brand who used to do something else if they don't understand cannabis? But then again, look for a strong brand because it's always good to have someone which is experienced, someone people know. Now, number 4, regulation green light. Don't ever try to sell something which is not 100% allowed. 100% allowed. If something is not 100% allowed in the cannabis world, is a red light. So don't try to bring something to the market which is 95% allowed. Work with your regulations. If you don't understand your regulations, don't work in this business. Again, if you don't understand your regulations, don't work in this business because suddenly you will do drug dealing and it's not a fun thing to do. Then something about practical. Most of the companies will allow you to do consignment. And most of the companies, the good companies who want to penetrate your country will also bring you marketing budget. So really, you need to ask for it. If someone want to enter a country, tell them, are you allowing consignment? Do you have marketing budget? You don't need to take everything on yourself. Communication. It's really sad to say, but in the cannabis industry, a lot of people don't communicate well. You send someone an email, they answer after 3 days. If they answer or they don't answer or they disappear in the middle of the communication, test it. If someone is not communicating well with you, is not a good partner, is not an experienced partner. And the last thing is flexibility. It's cannabis, it's not CBD. You need to change a lot of things. Whatever plan you have, it's gonna change. Whatever products you have, maybe tomorrow you need to change the labeling. You need a flexible partner because otherwise you won't find yourself selling it. Okay, products. A lot of details here, guys. Check your regulations. If you need FDA approval, if it need to be EU GMP, if it need to be ISO, if you want to do something that has to be with novel food, etc. All these words that maybe you don't understand them are a difference between a product you can sell or a product you can't sell. And if you don't think this way, you will find it happening just because when you are ready to promote it, someone will say, well, it's not EU GMP. You don't have novel food application. All this thing, again, know your regulation. Now, after you have that done, check the effectiveness. Any clinical trial has been on it. Any studies, any research, anything at all, ask your supplier, have you tested this? Do you have any studies on it? Ask them. You'll be surprised how much they know. And those kind of things will help you promote it, help you understand it, and help you ease the way for the regulators to approve it. And again, the products need to be verified. Look at the COA, the lab result, understand them, be master in it. Check it to third-party lab result. Always, don't trust them. Trust them up to the limit. Make sure the EU GMP is from seed to shelf. Make sure the countries are right. Make sure it came from a GACP grow if you need it. Knows your regulation. Okay, one last step. This is cannabis. Cannabis is a plant with energy. I've been doing it for over 4 years now, seriously, and like a lot of people who've been doing it will tell you cannabis or hemp has some kind of energy, which means you're not here just to make the money. If you are here just to make the money, please leave now because you're not worth it. Try to find a way to give back to society. You're going to give a medicine to people. You are going to change their life for better. You need to be able to answer their question. You need to be able to say the right thing when people call you just to say thank you. Be ready to work with the society, with the community, because if you won't do it, you'll be surprised how much attention you'll get and how much actions will happen around you. So make sure you're ready to work with the society and the community because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen really fast. So guys, if you have any questions, those are my details below. I attached also my WhatsApp number and my email. You're always welcome to go to CBD Testers. We have a lot of articles there at cbdtester.co if you're asking. And call us if you have any questions and we'll be able to help because that's what we're doing now. Thank you very much.